What's up, Libra? Welcome back to Grizzly Tarot. My name is Dan. I'm here to do your love life checkup. For those of you that are new to my channel, what's up, guys? Glad to have you here. Feel free to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit the little bell notification next to it so that way you get notified when I come out with a new video. For those of you that are returning, what's up, Soul Fam? How you doing? So, anything that you could possibly want to know about this reading, who it pertains to, how to look up your natal chart, social media, personal reading information, what decks I use, any of that information all down below in the description, so feel free to check that out. And if you like the video, if it resonates, make sure to hit the like button so that way it circulates the YouTube world and more people can see it and hopefully help them out with this. So I already pre-shuffled a little bit off camera. I'm gonna shuffle 3 times on camera for authenticity purposes. And also, I tried to do your reading 2 days ago and it's already getting heavy. God fucking damn it. All right. So I tried to do your reading 2 days ago and it got very heavy and very scattered. Okay, I tried it on Monday and I was 10 minutes into the reading and I just got uncomfortable. Like the 5 minutes leading up to that, I was already very uncomfortable. And I was trying to make sense of what was coming out. And like for the most part, it made sense, but then it just kind of went all over and I was like, what is happening? And again, just the discomfort level, I was like, I don't even want to produce this. I don't want to put it out on YouTube. Nope, not going to do it. And the one thing I've learned, if it doesn't make sense to me, post it anyway. It's going to make sense to someone, right? Because that's been proven factual. But I was just so uncomfortable doing the reading that I didn't want to finish it. I was only like a third of the way through and I was like, no, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. The energy is too heavy. Not doing it. And what I found funny is this deck, when I sat down to do the reading, this is the Deviant Moon deck, okay? I've had this deck for almost 2 years now. I love it. I bought it because I love the imagery on it. It's just, to me, it's a dark, dark energy, okay? And I love like that dark, gothic, demonic shit. If you know, this is probably like one of the lightest shirts I own and I rarely wear it. Like you notice in all my videos I'm wearing black. Like, that's just my personality, right? I love all that like gothic, demonic shit. This deck it skews things, and every deck skews things based on imagery, based on how the reader reads. Every deck, like all the cards mean different things than a regular deck, right? This deck, I put it away for a while just because I was like, oh, it's not along the lines of which way I want these reads to go or which way I want my energy to come across. Something like along those lines, right? And when I sat down to do your reading, it was like, get the Deviant Moon deck. And I was like, no, I'm not a fan of using that deck all the time. And it just kept coming up in my head like, oh, like, why don't you use this deck? Why has this deck not been popping up? I just did a personal reading. And as soon as I sat down to do it, I knew I was going to do the personal reading, then I was going to do Libras. As soon as I sat down to do it, it was like, get your third deck. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll get the Deviant Moon deck. So I don't know if there's a correlation there, but it was heavy as fuck the other day. And it got me using this deck here. So let's see. It's already confusing me. All right, so I won't say it's confusing me, but I'll say, that was such an ugly laugh. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna clarify. Actually, let me pull the Oracle cards first before I start clarifying. So I started doing Oracle cards too. Just because I thought it was a nice addition, and now that I have some, I should use them, right? Makes sense. What I said about how it kept going all over the place, it's like your hope here is for like a new start and to start something new, but your fear here is to get over your hurt and sorrow. Like, I'm sorry, why would you be fearful to get over that? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, come on. Another one. Also, guys, when I clarify, just letting you know when I pull oracle cards and when I clarify, I don't just shuffle and pick a card. No, I wait for Spirit to throw the card out because it's more authentic meaning that way. And that's so funny just because it started to come out and then went back in and then flew out again. There's a 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, in the reverse though. Any other cards with that, please, Spirit? And I'll read the meanings of the oracles at the end. Just come on. Hostilities in the reverse. One or two cards for Libras, please. Come on, Spirit. That's way too many. No, I'm not taking fucking 7 cards. Anything? Come on. It's a long intro. Sorry, guys. I knew y'all were going to be difficult. There we go. Straight out. Perfect. Anything else? And you have light. That's ironic. Shadow and light. Light and shadow. All right. It's already heavy. This is 2 of Swords about. Yo, all right. Normally I only use 2 tarot decks. Now I have 3 in front of me, plus 2 oracle decks. It's happened in the last reading too, where multiple times Spirit was like, use a different deck, use a different deck, use a different deck. And it kept happening. And as soon as I tried to shuffle that first one, how it fucked up, my first thought is use a different deck. And I was like, no, I'll make it work. Next shuffle, fine. Third shuffle, fucks up again. Use a different deck. Got it. Spirit, clarify this 2 of Swords, please. The Sun. You're guarded from the Sun? Making a decision about your happiness? What is this 2 of Swords about, Spirit? Is it guarded or is it decision? Letting your guard down? Okay, in your current position, you have the 2 of Swords, which talks about it can either be decisions or having to make a decision, or to me, it can talk about being on defense, right? These 2 guys are fighting with each other, but they're 2 halves of the same person, right? It's like you're fighting yourself because it's clarified with the Sun, 3 of Cups, and 9 of Wands in the reverse. Because you don't know what's gonna make you happy and you're still trying to figure out your happiness. And I don't know if this is relationship-wise. The 3 of Cups can represent a reconciliation energy. The Sun represents your happiness. And the 9 of Wands represents giving up. It's like, you don't know which way to go and you're like contemplating giving up on either a reconciliation or giving up on finding your happiness. I don't know, it's a little confusing. Now, your challenge here is the Hierophant. And I'm telling you guys right now, like, I'm sorry in advance. I'm already lost. This shit's just, your guys' energy has been wild lately. Spirit, clarify the Hierophant, please. That's their challenge. Hierophant talks about going with the grain, following like the status quo, doing what you're supposed to. Give me something here, please. This whole reading, by the way, the undertone is the devil, which talks about toxicity, negativity, manipulation, addiction, toxicity. I don't know if I said that. Clarify this Hierophant, please, Spirit. What is this challenge? Spirit, clarify this Hierophant. The Star? Okay. Libra, I don't know if this is a love read or this is just a life read, okay? And I've noticed that for any of you that watch, and there's another one. For any of you that watch Cancer Moon's Tarot, and I know most of you come from there, so thank you guys. What's up? Ants the man. Shout out Cancer Moon Tarot. You might have noticed like Libras lately have been like all over the place, right? And their energy's been a little bit heavy. So you have the Hierophant here, clarified with the Star, clarified with Ten of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the Magician. Your challenge here is that the Hierophant has to do with like the mundane and the everyday that you're dealing with and that you're getting tired of, right? And it's like, this is just burdening me. Like I feel almost hopeless here. And it's like, you see her like this is a card of hope. But in this deck, like if you notice, like she kind of looks like hopeless, right? Typically, I always read this as hope too. I'm getting like more of like I feel hopeless and don't know what to do here. With the Magician, Nine of Cups, and Ten of Swords, it's like feeling trapped because you don't know which way to go because the mundane is dragging you down. And it's like your challenge is to find what in the mundane and what in the normal blandness of life will make you hopeful again. Okay, that's your challenge here. So with the Hierophant clarified with the Star, your challenge is to find what brings you hope again. Okay? And what makes you happy again. Now, all right, I don't know where this comes from, but the High Priestess is like the very intuitive and like spiritual mother, okay? The Hierophant can talk about like institutions like churches and things like that. But the one thing that sticks out here is like, this guy is almost praying, right? So I almost want to say like, and wow, it's funny, I'm noticing all the moons in here. And the crescent moon is in the High Priestess card. So it's almost like you need to like find your connection again. Find your connection to source. Because I know like when I'm off my beaten path, like I get miserable at some point, like I just start kind of like hating life again. And it's because I'm not on my actual right path. I'm not going in the direction that I should be going. So it's like your challenge is to find which way you need to be going and to find what brings you hope again and what brings you happiness again. Okay? Because you need to end the despair. And right now, you're like conflicted on which way to go. So in the recent past, you had the Ace of Pentacles, which talks about a new opportunity. Usually means monetary or like materialistic. It doesn't have to be though, but it's a new opportunity being gifted to you. It's funny. Clarified with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, a new opportunity that helped you to release some of your fear and anxiety. Okay, something came up, something that was gifted to you, that was given to you, that helped you release your fear and anxiety and pain and, you know, the depressive thoughts that were keeping you up at night, right? Like something that just kind of took your mind off it for a while. That's how I feel. Anything else with that? Clarify with the Hierophant in the reverse. going against the status quo, going against the mundane, going against the boring, okay? It was something that kind of broke you out of that a little bit, that broke you out of this boringness, this depressive anxiety state. It was just a new opportunity that came through, and it's like, oh, this is something good, something that's helping me, okay? Now, your goal here, and I actually just said this to a friend, because he's a Libra, is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the nurturing mother, the one who takes care of everybody, the one who will go out of her way to help anyone but herself, because everyone else is more important to her, right? I mean, not necessarily, it's just that she wants to take care of everyone. So, Libra, you need to change your fucking goal here. And I say that for your own mental health, and like me knowing Libras like to be people pleasers a lot. Not all of them, but a lot of them. With your goal being the Queen of Cups, the one who takes care of everybody, it's like, and it's clarified with the Four of Cups in the reverse, which talks about missing an opportunity or letting something pass you by. Clarified with the Sun in the reverse, which talks about a lack of happiness. It's like, my goal is to help everyone else, take care of everyone else, even if it means sacrificing my own happiness. That's the message I'm getting off of this. Okay? Why though? There's a lot here. Ugh. Okay, 5 cards as a clarifier for 1 card. Your driving factor here is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Now, what I like to say with this driving factor position, where the card is, if it's upright, it's usually something you are very much aware of, and it's something that you know is your driving factor. When it's in the reverse, it's most of the time something subconscious that you're not aware that you're doing. Okay? And when I say that, don't sit there and be like, oh, well, then how do I know if it's right or anything like that? Do some soul searching. If you actually really like dig in your subconscious and think about it like, why am I doing this? What is my motivation here? You'll realize that it can be right. For the Libras that this is resonating with, at least, okay? Ace of Wands in the reverse talks about the lack of a new beginning. Something not starting over, not getting off the ground, just kind of going nowhere, okay? That's where it gets heavy again. I notice when it makes it hard for me to breathe, the energy is just heavy. It's like claustrophobic. Ace of Wands in the reverse, like I said, lack of new beginning, something that didn't get anywhere, something that didn't start, or start again but didn't really start. Clarify with the Moon in the reverse, which, can I help you? Hi. The Moon in the reverse talks about repressed emotions and things that you're not allowing yourself to see. No, I don't want to sit here and play, bud. I'm doing a reading. Go get Justin. So it talks about repressed emotions with the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, Three of Wands, and Two of Wands in the reverse. Repressed emotions about a connection that you've had that you tried to make work and you're waiting on it, but it didn't go anywhere, and now you're kind of stuck here, not trying to move forward, not trying to progress, not trying to go anywhere. So in the meantime, you're like, okay, let me just take care of everybody and is this about a person where you're trying to make a person super happy to basically acknowledge your worth so that way they'll come back to you? Or that way they'll acknowledge that you're their person? Or that they want you or something like that? Because that would explain this Devil at the bottom of the deck, which talks about toxicity. Because that's toxic, waiting for someone or trying to get someone to see your worth. And let me run this back. Literally, it's like you're trying to get someone to see your worth. Like, let me be the people pleaser so that they see that I'm worth it, and then they'll come running. Which is no good. Is no good. For the Libras this is resonating with, you know I'm right. And I don't say that to be arrogant. I say that because this is why I was so conflicted the other day. It was something about like, oh, I want to try something, but don't try something. Try something, but don't try something. But go this way, but don't go that way. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, oh, I want to help them, even though it doesn't make me happy, because maybe it'll make them like me, but oh wait, they don't like me, so let me try to help them, blah, blah, blah. And it's like back and forth. Now it's making sense. This is basically, in essence, the same type of reading I did 2 days ago. Okay. So, 3 of Wands. In your near future, you have 3 of Wands. Now, acknowledge this near future can change. It's not set in stone. Clarifies 3 of Wands, please, Spirit. All right. What is this 3 of Wands about? Please tell me what it's about. Come on, Spirit. Clarify this 3 of Wands for me in the near future. Oh, come on. I don't need 50 cards. Just one. Just one, please, Spirit. Clarify this 3 of Wands for near future with Libras. Waiting. Fuck you. I love it. I love and hate when Spirit does that. When it's just like, it'll sit there and be like, you already said it in your head once. Why are you asking for a clarifier? You already know. And then it just said it again. Like I said, this isn't set in stone. You can change this, and I really hope you do, because there's no reason for you to be sitting there waiting for somebody to acknowledge your worth, because if they don't see it right off the get, then guess what? That's their loss, and you can go find someone 10 times better who's not going to make you wait around. All right? This, for the record, I'm not even halfway through this fucking thing, and you got cards fucking everywhere, guys. So, basically saying in the near future, yeah, you're still going to be waiting for them, which you're going to change that. Okay? And I can't wait till we get to your advice. I can't wait. Because your outcome is only if you take that advice. I assure you that. And your outcome, or your advice is basically saying what I'm saying. So, just wait. All right. So, your internal influence right now, you have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, which talks about burnout energy. Talks about exhaustion, burning out, like rushing around till basically you're sapped of all your energy and like you can't do anything and you're just exhausted, right? That's your internal influence. That's what's affecting you on the inside, because you're getting to that point of burning out. Or if you're not there yet, you will be very soon. Your external influence, 2 of Wands in the reverse. Excuse me. This can talk about the person you're dealing with, people that you're dealing with, or just the energy around you. 2 of Wands, upright, is a card of planning, strategizing, trying to plan for the future. In the reverse, it's like lack of planning, lack of foresight. You're not doing anything. You're kind of just stagnating. Lack of progress. Okay? It's not going anywhere. Okay? Now, with this being the external energy, I feel like this might be the person that you're trying to people please to make them like you and see your worth. And it's like, hey, guess what? They're not budging. They're not going anywhere. Sorry, guys. My fucking phone just died. So, what was I saying? About the 2 of Wands, how in the reverse, there's no progress, there's no forward movement, it's not going anywhere. Okay? So I feel like with that being here, this is the person you're dealing with, that they're sitting here and no matter what you're doing, like trying to people please, it's not going anywhere. They're not sitting there like, oh, like maybe I do like them. Maybe I do want to give them a shot. Like, no, it's just, they're still like not doing anything in regards to you. They're still doing their own thing, right? Now, yep. Your hope here, It's funny, my roommate's a Libra, so he was listening. He was, yup. So the Page of Wands is is your hope, which talks about wanting to start something new, wanting to basically take the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning, and go. Okay. The Page of Wands is very eager, excited energy to get things off the ground and to go. Stop staring at me. That's creepy.
I'm just listening. What does it say about Libras shaving their heads?
Go shave your head.
Okay.
Are you actually gonna do it?
Yeah, why not?
Like completely bald?
Yeah.
Why? You know what? Do you? I'm not gonna stop you. Make your own stupid decisions.
No, I'm not going to. But I was actually thinking about getting a haircut the other day. I'm not going tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I need one. So your hope here. Sorry, guys. I know this reading is already all over the place, and the last thing you need is other distractions. So your hope here really is to just take that Ace of Wands and to go start off on a new venture and to get it going, get it moving, get it progressing, okay? And obviously that would mean the relationship. You want this person to finally acknowledge you so that way you can turn this Ace of Wands in the reverse, turn it back upright, so that way you can start and you can have a new beginning and you can go get it going. Your fear here though, and this is what threw me off in the very fucking beginning. You have the Five of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups in the reverse talks about getting over heartbreak, getting over sorrow, getting over grief. Why is that your fear? Spirit, please clarify this. Five of Cups in the reverse. Why are they afraid of getting over this? Why are they afraid of moving on from this? Come on, Spirit. Single jumpers that reveal themselves, please. No? Come on. Clarify as Five of Cups in the reverse, please, Spirit. The cards are falling out. Larry. Cat saw the cards like, gimme! Oh God, I can't reach it. Oh, I'm gonna fall. Oh, that was a struggle. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna take it because it came out with this whole stack actually. Fuck no, too many cards. Spirit, okay, that's what you want. You want the third deck. Okay, Spirit, please clarify this Five of Cups in the reverse. Five of Pentacles. With a single card, please, not a whole stack. Not entertaining that. Spirit, please, give me one or two more cards, and that's it. To help clarify, there's Five of Cups in the reverse with the Five of Pentacles. You're afraid of change. It's a 5. And another 5 that clarified it, you're afraid of change. So it's like, and I got this message before, I just wanted a card to come out to clarify it. I guess this 5 is the only clarifier that's really gonna help me with that. Is you're afraid to start over. Like, this is someone that's like, I've already invested so much of my time into, I've already tried to make this work so many times, I've already done X, Y, Z, and the third, right? And it's like, I don't want to start over. I've already invested so much time in this, I don't want to have to start brand new with somebody else. So it's like, oh yeah, I want this to start, I want this to get going, I'm people pleasing until they like me. But I'm afraid to drop them because A, you should, because you shouldn't have to people please to make somebody fucking like you. And B, changing direction would probably get you a lot. Something much better. Okay? Anything else with the Spirit? No. And that's why it wasn't coming out, because I already said in my head change, but okay. Now, before I get to your outcome, I'm going to tell you your advice card, because you will not get the outcome until you take the advice. Okay? Your advice here, justice in the reverse. Now, justice is karma. I take justice in the reverse as worry about yourself. Stop trying to help everyone else with what they're doing. Like justice in the reverse, justice to me is similar to the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles talks about equal give and take. Talks about balance. In the reverse talks about giving it to yourself, not worrying about taking care of others and only worrying about taking care of yourself. Justice in the reverse to me is similar, where don't worry about taking care of others, don't worry about giving them everything they need. Worry about giving people what you need, or giving you what you need. Okay. Oh, okay. So the first clarifier is the Six of Wands in the reverse. And there were a couple of meanings that I knew with this card, but I didn't want to say any until I got another clarifier. The other clarifier is the Queen of Swords. Basically saying have the one big meaning I know of the Six of Wands in the reverse is a fall from grace. A fall from grace, basically like you think everything is going great because you're doing everything you can for this person and to make them happy when it's not really going great. So it's like, you know what, just drop it. A fall from grace is kind of just like, just drop it, right? In this situation. With the Queen of Swords here, it's like, stop being emotional, stop thinking with your heart like, oh, if I can just swoon them over by doing things for them, it'll work. No, that's not the case. You're gonna get yourself hurt. It's saying, use your logic, use your intellect, use your brains versus your heart, okay? And with the Queen of Swords, I also take that as a message, cut them off. Cut it off. She's sitting here, holding the sword up with her hand, like, come on, bitch, I'm gonna cut you off, right? With the World, completing a cycle, Ace of Cups, and Six of Cups in the reverse. Six of Cups in the reverse, living in the past, stuck in the past, can't move on from the past. Ace of Cups, pretty much the all amazing love card. Basically saying you need to close out this cycle and leave it in the past, and you can still love this person, but that doesn't mean they have to come with you. Okay, and that doesn't mean to try and do anything and everything to win them over, because it's not going to work. And even if it does, it's going to be false. They're going to love you for the shit that you do, not for you, right? Now, your outcome here is the Lovers. And like I said, it ain't coming unless you take this advice. Stop people-pleasing. Yo, it's so funny. Clarifying the Lovers, Queen of Swords, again, from a different deck. Use your heart, or use your head and your logic and be smart. Don't just focus on your heart. Don't just use your heart, because it will get hurt every time if you leave your brain behind. Okay? If you take this advice and you actually don't try and people please, and you end the people pleasing cycle and leave it in the past, that's what that fucking Ace of Cups is. End the people pleasing cycle of trying to make everyone love you and leave it in the past, you will move on to something better. Okay? Anything else with this? Lovers and Queen of Swords. I'm going to shuffle through all the decks to make sure there's no other messages that I'm missing. That's how you find your happiness. The Lovers and your complete emotional fulfillment will come as long as you are discerning and you use your mind instead of just your heart, and you stop trying to people please and you escape this fucking stupid bullshit. You escape the prison that you're in of trying to people please everybody. That's something I'm very passionate about, because I have too many friends that are people pleasers, and I keep telling them, you need to fucking stop. Because I did it for the longest time, and I've got myself to the point where it's like, no more fucking people pleasing. Like, it doesn't do anything. It just hurts me. Like, fuck that. It ain't worth my time. Right? So, now, just for the record, I want to show you guys how many fucking cards are here. Do you see how many fucking cards are all here? Like, there's a lot of freaking cards. And I'm not done yet. I mean, I'm done pulling cards, thankfully. But now I have to read. So, let's see. Which ones are these? Angel. Okay, energy cards. You have hostilities in the reverse. 83. Reverse this card. This card reversed marks the end of hostilities for you. There's a shift in the energies around you and even about you, and the universe is supporting your own internal shift as well. Whether the aggressive action has ended due to external factors or your own intervention, this card bodes well for peace and harmony. Be aware, however, that there still may be some actions you have to take, and it may seem on the surface that things are slow in getting better. This card encourages you, letting you know that the inner vibrations are changing and the situation will be resolved. Affirmation: I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. With that affirmation alone, I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. By the way, Mercury retrograde's fucking with my reading ability and speaking ability. I take that as basically saying, like, you need to set these boundaries, and if you set your own boundaries of what you're willing to do, what's actually like good for you to be able to do versus just people pleasing, doing what everyone wants you to do. If you actually set these boundaries and do what you want to do, what you know is good for you, what's not overexerting yourself, you will have the abundance come in, and the hostilities will just be done with, right? Oh, there's another one in that one. You know what? I know where this is because I read it like yesterday. It's 131. Ha! I was right. All right. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel in the reverse. This card reverse indicates a block to your own intuition and to the potential help and power from the spirit world. Perhaps you fear opening up to this side of your life, or perhaps it's just something that seems foreign or unrealistic. Either way, it's time to awaken to the beauty and power of this realm. See your crown chakra spinning in a beautiful violet or white light and call upon Uriel's power to help bring this connection into being. Once you're open to the incredible power, peace and power that spirit can bring you, your life will never be the same. Affirmation: my 7th chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. Love and inspiration from spirit and my own intuition flow fully to me now. You need to start listening to your gut when it's telling you, oh, this isn't working, I'm not, or this person isn't starting to like me, blah, 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 I'm wasting my time. That your intuition is spirit telling you and giving you nudges like, hey, stop this. Hey, it's not working out for you. Hey, there's a better plan, there's someone better for you, okay? Start listening to your gut and get more into connection with spirit versus just like following your heart and just diving in full-heartedly without consulting spirit. Like at all. I'll tell you that right now. Spirit has smacked me across the face plenty of times when I've done that. So, also with these oracle cards, some of them I personally can't even make a relation to other reads, or like yeah, there are other reads where like I pull 2 cards and like one card I can relate to the read, one card I can't, and I'll say that, and then the people will comment and be like, hey, that card resonated for me though. So if I can't make the connection, I'll outright say I can't make the connection. Take it how it applies to you. Okay? Yes, Larry. Let's see, you got 2 more. You have shadow and light. All right, shadow, 61. Shadow. This card represents emotions, sensitivity, and a reminder that nothing in this life is at a standstill. This is a world of constant flux, and one thing is certain: everything changes. This card is calling you to action. The time is now when you have to face your worst fears and look into the dark shadows of your soul. You must learn to confront what you've avoided and walk courageously through it. Always know that life naturally revitalizes itself, and as it does, so do you. The shadow card promises that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Recognize that by no longer denying your past and letting the tears fall, you'll discover the diamonds in the treasure chest of your soul. This is a cleansing process to wash away and clear out what was once avoided, ignored, or pushed aside. This card indicates that this is a time when your psychic sensitivities may be quite intense. Learn to open up to it, or if need be, to turn it down. Your body is one big psychic antenna, so just remember that you're in control of how high or low you want the reception to be. I told you this reading's fucking heavy that I'm out of breath. Mother Earth can assist you in this period of change, sensitivity, and healing. Okay? Basically saying, like I said, excuse me, with the other card, reconnect with spirit. Okay? Things are changing. You have to really face your fears to allow the change to come in. And even it says, your fear here is change. Don't fear the change. Now, the last card, light. This card reassures, This card reassures you that this is your time to be in the light. No matter what's happening around you, prosperity and bliss are promised. The qualities of this brilliant card are pleasure, happiness, contentment, growth, success, joy, and illumination. The light always brings forth new birth, a constant renewal of life. This is one of the best, if not the most positive cards in the deck, and it's yours. This is now your moment to shine. The radiance from within will be there for all to see. As people become attracted to the rays of your spiritual light, and by being compassionate, generous, inspiring, and a leader, many will benefit as they feel the warmth emanating from you. Be discerning. I said that. Be discerning. Be discerning, but also be open to whatever or whomever you're attracting, for your rays reach far and wide. That goes right along with what I said about stop people pleasing. The right person will like you for who you are and not what you do for them. So basically, like I said, be discerning in what you're doing and don't overstep your personal boundaries to make somebody else happy and try to attract them in. Just keep being you and the right person will attract it. But if you're not open to it, you're not going to notice it. Sorry, I'm very specific on that point. The light card reminds you that because of its power, nothing remains in the dark. Through its illumination, truths and certain paths before you begin to emerge and can be surely seen. Sorry, I gotta read that over again. It didn't make sense in my own head. Through its illumination, truths and certain paths before you begin to emerge and can be surely seen. Okay, see, there you go. If you read it the right way, it comes out the right way, and you understand it the right way. All right, see? I told you, Mercury fucking with me. Using the energy of positive thoughts and continually thinking about the happiest and most joyful of memories will light the path before you even more brightly and attract exactly what you're emanating. Keep on shining. I already told you my thoughts on like that 90% of that. So, Libra, I love you. This was fucking heavy and annoying and difficult. Yeah, I know, Larry. You tell him. So, guys, I hope this resonated. I hope this helped. Seriously, people pleasing does not get you anywhere. It just makes you miserable, and it doesn't make anyone like you anymore. They just like you for what you can do for them. I've been there. I have a lot of friends that have been there. Don't be that person. Don't put yourself in that position. It's not worth it. So, Libra, if you liked this video, if you made it this far, if you liked it, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. I know this was a rough one. This was rough for me. I'm glad I tried again. I tried, and it actually gave me a decent storyline here. But yeah, this is what I got for you guys. I love you all, and I appreciate all the support and everything. Yeah, dude. I'm just out of breath. I feel like there's been a fucking weight on my chest. And that's how it felt 2 days ago too. So, all right, guys. I love you all. I'll catch you in the next video. Deuces.